This evening, we're going to turn our focus to Chhattisgarh. In a move that could impact rural healthcare, the Chhattisgarh government is mulling relooking its policy on a 2-year mandatory posting for medical students in the state. Now, this has triggered fears and concerns over the impact it is going to have on tribal and Naxal-dominated areas, which already have poor medical infrastructure. The state government is contemplating decreasing the period of contract from 2 years to 1 year for MBBS and postgraduate students, and also reducing the contract amount from 25 lakhs, that's the existing 25 lakhs, to 15 lakhs. Now, the original proposal was made keeping in mind the poor infrastructure in rural areas, the poor infrastructure in tribal-dominated areas. But now it appears that the government is having to reconsider that. We're going to be joined in a short while by T.S. Singh Deo, who is Chhattisgarh's health minister. The government has been claiming that these proposals have received a weak response. The government has been claiming, of course, that this entire proposal has to be reconsidered, given in mind that doctors have several concerns about this, and the response from doctors has been far from satisfactory. Several activists, of course, have raised questions on what the alternative is and whether the government's move is going to impact adversely tribal areas and areas which already suffer from poor healthcare infrastructure. Okay. My colleague Jaiprakash joins us from Chhattisgarh. Jaiprakash, ये जो मूव है ये ऑलरेडी कंट्रोवर्शियल है. सेवरल एक्टिविस्ट ये पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या वजह है, क्यों ये सरकार कर रही है, जब इसका इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है रूरल एरियाज पे.
जी बिल्कुल. जिस तरह से जो है ये ट्राइबल इलाके में चल रहा है कि डॉक्टर्स को वहाँ रहना चाहिए, लेकिन सरकार कह रही है कि उनके जो बॉन्ड्स हैं उस बॉन्ड्स में कमी कर रही है. जो 25 लाख का बॉन्ड था उसे 15 लाख कर रही है. इसके अलावा जो 2 साल का टर्म था उसे 1 साल कर रही है. तो कहीं न कहीं इसको लेके तमाम जो एक्टिविस्ट हैं वो कह रहे हैं कि इससे जो है ट्राइबल इलाकों में जो बेहतर स्वास्थ्य व्यवस्था है वो नहीं पहुंच सकेगी. तो कहीं न कहीं लगातार इस पूरे मामले पे सरकार का विरोध हो रहा है. जी.
जयप्रकाश जी, जो एक्टिविस्ट है वो क्या कह रहे हैं, और जब हमने कोविड के दौरान देखा है जबकि हेल्थ केयर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर छत्तीसगढ़ के रूरल एरियाज में ऑलरेडी वीक थे, तो एक्टिविस्ट का क्या कहना है इस मुद्दे पर?
देखिए, एक्टिविस्टों का साफ तौर पे कहना है कि ट्राइबल इलाकों में जो है कहीं ना कहीं कोविड के दौरान जो है जिस तरह की व्यवस्थाएं थी, डॉक्टर्स काम कर रहे थे और उन इलाकों में जो है डॉक्टर्स की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है, क्योंकि डॉक्टर्स जो है पढ़ाई करने के बाद, डिग्री लेने के बाद उन इलाकों में पहुंचते नहीं है. तो कहीं ना कहीं सरकार को इन इलाकों में बेहतर व्यवस्था करनी चाहिए. इन तमाम चीजों को लेके जो है लगातार जो है जो एक्टिविस्ट हैं वो कह रहे हैं कि जो ट्राइबल्स इलाके हैं वहाँ स्वास्थ्य व्यवस्था जो है बेहतर होनी चाहिए. उसको लेकर लगातार विरोध करते चले आ रहे हैं कि स्वास्थ्य व्यवस्था बेहतर होनी चाहिए, लेकिन सरकार जो है उस पूरे इलाके में उस तरह से ध्यान नहीं देती. इसको लेके जो है लगातार जो है एक्टिविस्ट लगे रहते हैं. जी.
Okay, Jaiprakash, thank you so much for giving us those details of that controversial move. Chhattisgarh's Health Minister T.S. Singh Deo joins us this evening. Mr. Deo, good evening. Thank you so much for speaking to Mirror Now. I appreciate you taking time out to speak to us about this extremely important issue. Now, the very purpose of this policy was to improve healthcare facilities, especially in rural areas, especially in tribal-dominated areas. But with the government reconsidering this move, won't it affect adversely the healthcare infrastructure, the healthcare quality in these same areas?
I would request both the activists and others who are interested in the numbers, wherever the numbers of healthcare workers and the doctors are concerned, that they should first verify what the numbers are, because what is, I believe, usually happening is that in the absence of proper information, we preempt or we make an endorsement of a view which does not match the situation on the ground. I'm saying this with knowledge of the fact that when this government came to hold the responsibility in December 2018, there were about 900 MBBS doctors short, and there were about 90% vacancy in the postgraduate doctors. We have about 22 to 2300 posts for medical officers, and we have about 1,500 sanctioned posts for specialists, which are the postgraduates. Over this period of time, through the system of bond uh, implementation and a little bit of those who have either come in through the NHM or through contract appointments. The last review we had about 6 months back, we were short of about 110 or 111 MBBS doctors only. And the shortage in the specialist side continued because we were not getting specialist doctors for whatever reason, whether they would come through the system, but opt out and join the private sector, either open up their own hospitals or clinics, but they were not willing to join the system, that is the public health system. Because of that, the process of bonded doctors, though it was in place, it was not being implemented. And we went ahead and sort of tried to be a little more strict. Public money was funding public medical colleges studies. The students were being funded through public money also. So this view had come about that we should have bonded doctors. Today, we have a shortage of only about 110 medical officers with 446 or 48 posts which we had filled out, and we had taken out the appointment for 440 odd doctors. They went to court, and the matter is lying in court as to the system of recruitment. Earlier, the students, they had put up some objection when we tried to meet that out. Earlier, if you had a system of only examination, they said, why only examination? What about those of us who have been working with the system as contract employees for a large number of years when nobody was coming? We had joined the system. So what weightage are we getting? So we had introduced a system of weightage through the process of interviews. Interviews can be suspect. You want to get your own people inside. So that is why you're holding interviews. There are all sorts of opinions. And our attempt has been solely to see that qualified practitioners of the graduate and postgraduate medical courses come into the system. They join the services, public health services. So that is where the matter stands. We have a substantial number of recruitments done through the NHM, as also through appointments through the contract appointment. And we are in the process of giving them opportunities to regularize themselves, either through the process of interviews where we are giving special marks, we are giving added marks for experience, and we are wanting them to come through that system also. So courts step in. No matter what we do, there would be opinions of trying to see that we don't make and leave any lacuna in the process of selection. So people should check up that.
Mr. Deo,
yes.
I take your point.
Yes.
No, I take your point that the matter is also stuck in legalese, the matter is also logistically, there are some concerns. But you've also said that there is an attempt to already bolster, several appointments have been made. Then isn't this a necessary policy to incentivize doctors, at least in terms of the bond? You've reduced also the money that they are having from 25 lakhs to 15 lakhs. Isn't this an extremely important policy then to incentivize doctors? Isn't this an extremely important policy also, and more importantly, to bolster rural infrastructure in addition to as the measures that you're laying out?
Absolutely. We are going hand in hand with both sides of the coin. One side of the coin.
So then why reconsider this? So then why reconsider this decision?
I'll just explain that to you. A large number of doctors who are studying, who have not joined the system, they are now to be inducted through the bond system. They have been coming and meeting us and saying that you're seeing doctors as if they are economically very well off. There are so many of us who don't have an iota of property, and you are wanting us to fill in a bond of 25 lakhs. So you are incentivizing the poorer section of society who don't have property, who had the merit to go through the system and get selected and do the MBBS course. And now when the time has come for them to take a job, you're saying fill in a bond of 25 lakhs. We don't have any property. This is one side of the picture. The other side of the picture was that we were short of doctors. So we had put in this policy a little firmly for implementing the bond system. And now, if each year we are getting 6 to 700 new MBBS doctors every year, you don't have that vacancy. And the children, I shouldn't say children, the students who were coming through the MBBS system, they were very unhappy with 4 years of bond, 2 years for undergraduate bonding, and then another 2 years for postgraduate bonding. So that is a valid point with which I have been in agreement with throughout. But just because we had a lack of doctors initially, we stuck to the 4 year bond system, 2 years for the undergraduate and another 2 years for those who qualified for the postgraduate system. So since now we have a sufficient number of doctors in the public sector coming through the government medical colleges, we have got another 100 medical college students batch this year, for example, in Kanker. Of course, it will take them 5 years to come through. But this year, Ambikapur Medical College added another 100 doctors to the list of those who are eligible for the bond. So we have more bonded doctors coming in every year, more bonded, more eligibly applicable bonded doctors. Ji, ma'am, you are asking something.
Mr. Deo, are you then saying that there is no shortage of doctors, especially in rural areas? Is this the claim of the Chhattisgarh government, that there's no shortage? Because we've seen, and I think COVID has highlighted the fact that rural areas are extremely prone. Rural areas are, extremely vulnerable, especially in a state like Chhattisgarh also, where there are some Naxal-dominated areas, where there is a large tribal population. You mentioned the concerns of the doctors. What about the concerns perhaps of those who live? Sure.
That's exactly why we had implemented and pushed for the bonded system, keeping that very much in mind. And like I mentioned, the two sides of the coin, we have to balance both pictures out. Priority certainly would be to provide healthcare. Now, where are the doctors missing? There is no post of a doctor in the sub-health center. You go to the village area, any number of application demands we get that please give us an MBBS doctor in a sub-health center. There are no posts for doctors in the sub-health center. In the primary health center, we have about 790 primary health centers in the state. So barely 100, I mentioned, 100, 110 posts were left to be filled. And you're getting a batch of, I just mentioned what is stuck in court is 446 or 448 doctors. So many of these numbers, which are more than the posts, are being adjusted against the vacant post of postgraduate doctors. Their salaries are being drawn from there. And we are posting these doctors in rural areas on a priority. Again, we find it difficult as policymakers and administrators to every child, almost every doctor who qualifies to the system wants to be in the largest town, largest city. They want Raipur, they want Bilaspur. They don't want to go into the rural areas. But then if there are no posts, we say that that is where the bond system comes. Sorry, you have been funded by the public money. Please be prepared. And they are mentally for 5 years while they're doing their course, that now is the time that through public money you have completed your course. Now is the time to give your contribution back to the public. So if Narayanpur or Sukma or the last districts don't have medical officers, where the PHCs are there even in more remote areas. Sukma is the district headquarters. There you will be having a district hospital. But the PHC, which is more into the interior, let us say Konta, there may not be an MBBS doctor. There is post for one MBBS doctor in each PHC today. Government could opt for 2 in times to come. But that is when that policy is adopted. So we are near saturation. And another policy that the government has adopted is of seeking sanction and having got it from the government and the finance department for direct recruitment of postgraduates. Today, the entire posts were being filled, postgraduates posts were being filled through promotions. Now we have only 50 doctors who can be promoted to postgraduate posts. And how many posts do we have vacant? We have 80% posts vacant, about 1,200 posts vacant for specialists, where MBBS doctors are drawing salary for the time being. So when you have direct recruitment of 50%, we get 600 possibly 600 specialists we could recruit directly, bypassing what had been there earlier for filling in that post only through promotion. So there are a lot of things we are trying to do. There has been an improvement. There are lacuna left. I will never say
Deo,
that.
You say that there is lots of measures being made. You say that there are a lot of measures being made, but isn't there a dichotomy on one hand where you're saying that doctors don't need 2-year rural posting, we're going to reduce it to 1 year. You also say on the other hand that we need to you're opposed, you're publicly opposed, you've opposed your government when they've said that there should be more private infrastructure, more private involvement in healthcare in rural areas. You've gone out and spoken against that. So how do you balance then the need for doctors, the need to incentivize rural placements for doctors, for MBBS students, and at the same time say that we don't want private infrastructure and private involvement?
I'm glad you are bringing up all these things at the same time in the same talk show. Now, since you have brought up the matter of private doctors, if there is a policy, if there is a policy, it is being thought about for the time being, that we support private entrepreneurs or private doctors to the tune of 5 crore rupees to set up a hospital in a village. Will they set it up in a village? No. Where will they set it up? They'll set it up in a block, I'm presuming, in a block headquarter. We are not getting specialists today to serve in remoter areas because all these specialists want to serve in, let us say, the larger cities or larger towns. Now, if you are going to push 5 crore rupees for one setup in a block, how many blocks do we have? 146. 146 into 5 is how much? 730 crore rupees. So my view is that should we be giving 730 crores to private players, or should we be investing the 730 crores into the public sector in terms of maybe higher remuneration for the doctors? Apart from infrastructure, there is infrastructure. We need doctors. So what is lacking? Some doctors say that we don't want to go because maybe the salary is not there. Yeah. Some doctors say we don't want to go into the interiors because living conditions are not there. Some say we don't want to go into the interiors because sufficient diagnostic tools are not there. Now, all these gaps are being filled simultaneously with these policies. And when we are seeing that the public system is responding, when we are seeing that our finance department is supporting let us say, providing finances for healthcare, then should we be investing this money into the private sector, public money into the private sector, or should we be strengthening public infrastructure through the public money which comes through our taxes? That is one point. The other point I mentioned, and please, if you could take up the figures, I mentioned 22 to 2300 posts for MBBS doctors. How many are vacant? I said 100. How many are in the pipeline to be filled in through direct recruitments, where contract appointees today would also come in, where contract appointees could also come in, where bonded doctors could also come in? 440 odd, which means we have more doctors today than we have posts vacant at the MBBS level. So there is not a dichotomy. The most interior PHC would find a hesitant person, and that is where the bond would come. And they would say, you're going to put us there, and then for the rest of our lives, we'll be there. No, we are taking the bonded student for 1 year into that interior rather than the 2 years. Plus another 2 years are hanging on their heads if they are going to do the postgraduate courses, which is unfair. It is unfair for the public. So we have taken this path where public interest will also be served, and the students would also not feel compelled to do something. Ji, ma'am, sorry, I came in between. You wanting to say something?
Yes. No, Mr. Deo, I just want to circle back to where we began this conversation. I understand completely that doctors have several concerns with serving in rural areas. They'd rather prefer cities. It's something that, we've seen in several other states as well. But Chhattisgarh is unique in its own way, where there are several tribal areas, where there are several Naxal-dominated areas, where rural infrastructure, healthcare infrastructure is already a problem. I come back to the point when we say, what about them? What about their right to healthcare? What about their right to specialized healthcare in the absence of having doctors serve there for 2 years? And what is the alternative in the sense to say that, look, we're going to give you good doctors, we're going to give you specialized doctors?
Ma'am, if you're talking in terms of healthcare for the public, so I just mentioned we have about 790, let us say round figure, 800 PHCs.
No, for
there a
rural
medical
areas,
officer?
Mr. Deo, let me just specify. I'm not talking. No, Mr. Deo, just one clarification. I'm not talking about public healthcare infrastructure. I'm talking specifically about those in rural and tribal areas.
Yes, I'm talking about blocks, ma'am. Blocks are in Janpad areas. Janpad areas are the rural areas. It includes the remotest block headquarters of Bastar and Sarguja and all the tribal areas together. We are talking of 146 block headquarters. And we are talking about further interior areas, which are for population of 20,000 to a 50,000 population covered by a public primary health center. Now, primary health center did not have a qualified MBBS doctors. We had 3-year course doctors, we had Ayush doctors, but we did not have a qualified MBBS doctor. Now, we don't have specialists because you don't have posts for specialists. Our specialists start from CHC level, which is the block headquarters. I am giving the unit beyond the block headquarters, the primary health center. Now, if you have a vacancy of only 110 doctors, it means that of the 800 posts, you have been able to fill 700. So 100 are left. I am not saying everything is done. It needs to be done continuously and it will be done. I'm confident about that. So we are at a situation where we have covered 700 out of 800 almost primary health centers, a population of 20,000 to 50,000 in rural areas, tribal areas, a population of about 20,000 is covered by a primary health center. So we are giving you a specialist in the sense of an MBBS. He is not a specialist in terms of Dr. Trehan, but he is a specialist in terms of a student who has completed a regular 5-year course as a doctor. So we are doing that. We are keeping that in mind. This was one of the biggest challenges. Human resource to the remotest areas was one of the biggest challenges. And in addition to providing human resource, which is the MBBS doctors, we have provided incentives to them. In the Ayushman Yojana, which we clubbed with our Dr. Baghel scheme, we are providing them a 34% incentive to our health staff, which includes doctors, which includes nursing staff, which includes technicians, which includes ward boys. So up to 6 lakh rupees MBBS doctors have earned as a bonus, up to 6. This is the higher side. But bonus is being provided for those doctors who are working in whichever area. And in addition to their salaries, they are getting this amount now, which was earlier 25%. We have pushed it up to 35%. In addition to that, we are giving them, let us say, higher amounts to either the DMF or other funds as incentives above their stated salary. So a doctor in Bijapur, now we are talking of Bijapur amongst the more remote, remote districts. There we got doctors from Lucknow.
Mr. Deo, I really apologize. I really apologize. I do need to interrupt you here. We're unfortunately completely out of time on this discussion, though. I take several of the points that you've made. Maybe we can get a different view on this from some activists and have you convey these messages to them as well. But it is, of course, and I thank you so much for taking time out. But it is, of course.
I am available anytime.
Well, I'll hold you to that, Mr. Deo. I'll hold you to that. I'll hold you to that promise, Mr. Deo, and perhaps we can get a different view as well.